Gaming was growing rapidly during the 90s, to a high that nobody was expecting. We had competitive home game consoles, mobile play in the form of Game Boy, and 3D was on the horizon. This steady growth for gaming couldn't be stopped. All over the news, government officials would say they're bad for you. Stop! Stop your kid from collecting mushrooms or going fast! They'll grow up to be serial killers one day! Man, what a load of bull. These games were so innocent and charming, they wouldn't be able to brainwash a worm into doing something evil. But then you remember there existed one little exception.
Sub-Zero wins.
Huh. Their wacky point suddenly gained some credibility. Come on, who doesn't like Mortal Kombat? Arcades were dominated by tons of familiar faces that originated from Japan, and here came this little company called Midway to buck the trend. While previously smashing records with Space Invaders, they decided to take a different approach to their next game. What if people's limbs got torn off? Yeah, and blood spews everywhere and fighters get punched in the face over and over again! Thus, our topic for today is born. Let's go back to 1992. You're a young kid on the way home from school, and you decide to pop into the local arcade to see if any new machines have come in since last time you visited. The day before for most people. Stamped with the iconic dragon logo and an awesome combatant on the side, this was like realistic Street Fighter. Or more realistic Street Fighter? Let's whip out our leftover lunch money and spend a few quarters, shall we? Mortal Kombat? Let's talk about it. MK1 as a fighting game for its time had to try really hard to stand out amongst the crowd. Street Fighter 2 was the definitive fighting game masterpiece that everyone was going nuts over. Having diverse gameplay mechanics just wasn't going to cut it anymore. MK needed something to make it worth playing, and it's obvious that they didn't take the gameplay approach, as MK1 is tragically outdated in this area. You have high punch and high kick, and low punch and low kick. You can input special moves too, but that's literally it. The game feels really static and bare bones. Movement isn't fast, and kicks don't have any crunch to them. Combos are non-existent, and you end up punching the opponent in the face for like 2 hours. So, how did Mortal Kombat stand out against its fierce competition? Well, 2 key factors contributed to its outstanding popularity.
Outstanding.
The first is its plot. The game takes place in a fictional world called Earthrealm, where a Mortal Kombat tournament is taking place. Shang Tsung is this mystical sorcerer who sets up the tournament in order to control the realm by beating down its strongest combatants. Now it's up to the Shaolin monk who goes by the name Liu Kang to stop the Dark Magician and free his home from Tsung's tyranny. You have 7 characters to choose from, and for an arcade game, this is a pretty acceptable roster size. Street Fighter 2 had 8, but Ken and Ryu were basically clones, so it kinda comes to a tie. Let's meet our killer cast, shall we? Liu Kang, a martial artist and the chosen defender of Earthrealm, who seeks to bring peace to his world by defeating Shang Tsung. Raiden. Raiden
wins.
Raiden, the god of thunder who is assisting those fighting the sorcerer. Sub-Zero, the grandmaster of a frosty clan known as the Lin Kuei, who is determined to defeat his rival in the tournament. Scorpion, the rival in question, a spectre who is a part of the Shirai Ryu, the opposing assassin clan of the Lin Kuei. Kano, an Australian looking to fry up some combatants with his laser eye. On the Bobby, part of the Black Dragon and on the hunt for some girl named Sonya. Sonya Blade actually, member of the military group known as the Special Forces. And last but not least, to round out this incredible roster, the Hollywood come-up Johnny Cage? Man, they were doing so well with the serious and interesting characters, and now they just go and punch us in the nuts. Oh god, literally! Gameplay-wise, these characters differed in special moves only. All kicks and punches were the same. Again, this is a yikes moment for the game, but at least they all have a story. You've got the main plot of Kang vs. Tsung, but these branching stories are important in their own right. Sonya and Kano get captured by a mysterious emperor, Scorpion kills Sub-Zero, and Johnny just... I don't know, probably applies for some movie roles or something? It's Johnny, come on. Now, obviously, other games at the time had narratives too, but MK was the one that nailed it. Between comic tie-ins and what-if arcade endings, Midway did storytelling right. The arcade endings crack me up. These aren't canon, but it shows what would have happened if other combatants defeated Shang Tsung instead of Liu Kang. Raiden's in particular gets me every time. Raiden's victory comes as no surprise, and quickly gets bored of the competition. He invites gods to fight in the tournament, starting wars that rage on for years. This results in the world's final destruction. Have a nice day! The absolute absurdity of this ending is genius. I love it! The next thing that defined Mortal Kombat as a series was its finishing move sequence. Creator Ed Boon hated the idea of the stunning system in Street Fighter, which I totally agree with. If you're winning the match, why are you given the assistance of a stunned opponent? It just makes comebacks highly unlikely. So instead, he moved the humiliation of your opponent to the end of the round. Through a series of hidden button inputs, you could brutally murder your enemy as a way of getting your message across. I am better than you. Don't get it twisted, this match was not even close. This, everybody, is a fatality.
Johnny Cage wins. Fatality.
Announcer, could you get a little bit more excited? I kind of built up a lot of hype for that, and you kind of just let it go, and I'm just jealous, okay? I really want to do that. Anyway, back to the finishers. They're quick but deadly. Bar Liu Kang's, all of them here are the classics. You have heads popping and hearts ripping. What more could you want? This violence was met with mixed reception, as we all know. On the one hand, gamers all around the world thought this was amazing. It was so satisfying, not only beating up your opponent, but putting them in their place and solidifying yourself as number one. On the other hand, just about anyone who wasn't a gamer attacked midway for this feature. And yet movies got away with it so easily? Many of the most well-known horror and gore movies of all time originate from the 80s. The Shining, The Thing, Beetlejuice, Nightmare on Elm Street, the list goes on. Yet they were never treated as bad forms of media. Why? Because they had an age rating. I understand how MK kicked up such a fuss, but was it really that difficult to slap an 18+ sticker on any of the machines? I get it, no one wants to see their little baby Carter rip out a Hollywood wannabe spine, but just age limit the game and move on. What is the big deal? There is none. The media just has to slander video games because that's what they do. But in a way, I'm actually proud of Mortal Kombat for this. It managed to do something so brutal, so obscene, that it stirred up controversy among government officials. That's a real-life achievement to me as a gamer. It shows video games as an art form and medium of entertainment was starting to broaden its horizons. No longer would they be seen as electronic toys that only kids would play with. Now they were made out to be a pastime for anyone. Look where that's gotten us. For better or for worse, some of the best-selling games of modern day are mature, action-packed bloodfests that people are making a living off of. Call of Duty, CSGO, Dark Souls, Resident Evil, they all exist because of Mortal Kombat. And it's probably Mortal Kombat's fault that stuff like Fortnite exists. Think about it. If the game is based off of dumbing down graphic gun violence, wouldn't it need a violent game to base itself off? Now that is a sad thought. And one of the saddest analogies I've ever made. Mortal Kombat 1 was never meant to be remembered for its competitive nature. And that's fine. It didn't have to be. It brought about new ideas and mechanics that would revolutionize the fighting game genre as a whole. And that was what it aimed to do. Realistic graphics coupled with gruesome finishers, the game was bound to be a success. And what a success it was! Rumors would spread on the playground like wildfire of hidden fatalities or characters that every kid would attempt to unlock at their local arcade. Have you ever made it to the bottom of the pit? How many reptile battles have you done? Or input the secret cheat to play Ermac? As the coins kept rolling, Midway kept laughing their way to the bank. They never denied or supported these claims, and God only knows how many extra quarters that net them. MK rose to critical acclaim, already solidifying itself as an arcade classic. Everyone was patiently awaiting for its inevitable sequel. 8 short months later, our prayers were finally answered. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far, I take it you should like the video and probably subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and it helps spread this video to other Mortal Kombat fans just like you. Or hell, if you really want to get word out on this video, you can share it on any social media and tag me in it. Chances are if it exists, I'm probably on it. This channel has really grown in the past year thanks to the Little Busters videos, and I am forever grateful for all the support you guys have given. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for the next video on Mortal Kombat!